Hey guys, Thogden here, welcome back to a new video. Now today, we've got a good one for you. We're going to be going through every Premier League club and picking the biggest flop player. What does that mean, Dad?
Well, we're going to call this the Joe Linton video. You know what we mean.
How many likes today, Dad?
Oh, come on, let's smash 8,000 likes.
Let's do it for the boys and the girls. Right, let's start in alphabetical order with Arsenal. Who's been the biggest flop so far, Dad?
Well, I'll tell you what, when Arsenal signed this player for 72 million quid, they expected a world-class player. What they got was a bench warmer, Nicolas Pepe.
Oh, Dad, there were Arsenal fans on your Instagram saying, don't go for Pepe. Do you know who they were saying you should go for?
Go on, who?
Willian! You know why? Because you Thog Dad, you defended him at the start of the season. You said he was going to be an amazing signing, worth the price tag, you know, brings Premier League quality to the team. You've got to admit you're wrong.
Not yet, Thea. I think Willian's been a good buy. Let me talk a bit about
bollocks.
Pepe.
You're wrong.
Let me talk a little bit about Pepe, okay? Now, when he was at Lille, he got 54 goal contributions in 79 games.
In
that
the
are
Uber Eats
amazing
League.
stats.
In the Uber Eats
He
League.
comes to the Premier League for 72 million quid.
Yeah.
He's got 6 goals, 6 assists.
Dad,
he's not good enough. He's
23.
warming the bench.
He's 23.
Theo, he's warming the bench.
He's 23.
You pay 72 million quid.
Okay.
The player should start every single game.
He could become good still. I know he's probably been a flop right now, but he's younger. Willian isn't young. And they had to put staff redundant to buy him. I'm not kidding. They've got Willian on a crazy wage. Okay, he's Premier League quality, blah-de-blah-de-blah. He's not been good since first game of the season versus Fulham.
Arsenal haven't been very good since Fulham.
Yeah, and maybe if he was good, they'd be good.
Willian will come through. Mark my words.
Wrong.
Aston Villa now, and there can only be one man. And this is a guy who was signed for 22 million from Bruges.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is. I think it's in Belgium.
It's in Belgium.
And he's only scored 5 goals in those 2 years. It's Wesley. And you agree with me, don't you?
I do. We agree after arguing about Arsenal. We agree on Wesley. You know, he's been replaced. Ollie Watkins this season has already outscored his full year last year.
Yeah.
Puts into perspective, he wasn't that good.
Brighton and Hove Albion now, and I've gone with an Iranian international, Jahanbakhsh. I mean, surely you agree with me.
You don't know what you're in for, Thog Dad. You don't know what you're in for on Instagram. I can't say Jahanbakhsh. I said it. We made the same video last year. I said Jahanbakhsh. I got rinsed on Instagram one day. I popped up and I just saw Iranians giving me death threats. So to be honest, I'm probably not going to say Jahanbakhsh. I'm going to say Jurgen Lasadia, who hasn't been great either.
Yeah. So you've not chosen him because of the death threats?
Well, it's a pretty good reason, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Burnley now, and I'm going with a man who cost 11 million quid from Burnley, and he used to score goals for fun.
Yeah.
But he's not doing it for Burnley.
No.
Mate Vidra.
Yeah, I agree that that's a good opinion, but I haven't gone with him. I've actually gone for a man who's been given twice as much game time, but also came out with a bad result. The player I've gone for is Chris Wood. Ooh. He's played 7 games, he's only scored 1 goal, and he's missed 4 big chances. Now, for a striker, especially Burnley, where they need goals here and there, he's bottled it. He's missed too many big chances, and Burnley fans will agree they've expected better performances from him.
Would you prefer Wood over Vidra, Theo?
No, because Vidra's just shit. It's not like he'll play, he's just not good enough for the Prem.
Chelsea now, and here's one we can agree on, and I don't even know who you've picked, but if it's not Kepa, then you're nuts. 72 million quid he cost. His value has plummeted. He can't take crosses, he can't save shots, he's been dropped. The world's most expensive goalkeeper, Kepa, you're a flop.
You haven't gone with Thiago Silva?
You bonkers.
I'm joking. Of course I went with Kepa. Yeah, I mean, you've said it all, Thog Dad. Kepa's just a bit of a meme now. He's not much of a footballer. Crystal
Palace now, and I'm going for a man who used to be worth 42 million quid. He was a Belgian international at the age of 19.
Yeah.
It is, of course, Christian Benteke.
I've gone for Mamadou Sakho. Now, he's actually someone who's played 3 games this season.
Yeah.
And he's not had a good game. And he had an absolute stinker when they lost 4-0 to Chelsea.
Everton now, and I'm going for a very experienced Turkish striker called Cenk Tosun. Now, he came for 20 million quid from Beşiktaş, and he was a complete bagsman in the Turkish league, but he's just not good enough for the Premier League, is he?
Well, Big Sam brought him in back in the day when he was the manager of Everton. Since then, you know, he's gone. And St. Tossen's never really had a proper start from any of the other managers. He's just a big target man, probably not Premier League standard.
Fulham now, and I've gone for Jean-Michel Seri, and you're probably asking who the heck is he? But they paid 27 million for this guy, and he's just not good enough, is he, Theo?
Well, I agree, Dad. I've gone for the same player. You know, it's a real decline that he was once linked with Arsenal from the French league, meant to be the African Xavi. I saw an article calling him the African Xavi.
I know.
And now he doesn't even have a squad number in the Premier League for Fulham. How sad is that? He only plays EFL Cup games now.
I feel really sorry for the lad.
30 million and 4 years of wages. Fulham have made a massive loss on that one.
Theo, have you ever heard of J. Roy Grot?
No.
No, I've not just made this up. This is a Leeds player, a former Dutch youth international. He's been with Leeds for 3 years. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist. And based upon those stats, he's a flop. Who have you gone for?
No one. I haven't picked anyone at Leeds. I'm not kidding. I've not picked a single soul at Leeds. The way Bielsa works, he gets rid of Deadwood. If they're not useful, they're out the team.
And my brother was bantering with me. He's a Leeds fan. He's like, Koch. I don't like Koch. But I think it's a rude joke.
Oh my God.
Leave this in.
After that absolute mare, let's get on to Leicester. I've gone with Islam Slimani.
Yes.
He's been on the book since 2016, you know, taking money, taking wages from the club, and he's barely been that good.
I agree.
Yeah.
He cost 27 million quid from Sporting Club de Portugal. And I think he's only got 8 Premier League goals in 4 years. I mean, he's meant to be backup for an ageing Jamie Vardy. Didn't work out, did it? Liverpool now, and this was really difficult because almost everyone in that squad is a superb player.
Okay.
So I've had to go with Divock Origi.
Oh, wow.
Now he's been at the club for 6 years, Theo, and he's only got 19 Premier League goals.
I think you made a mistake there, Dad.
Go on.
Divock Origi.
Yes.
You've gone with the man that's like scored massive goals for them over the years.
He has.
Kept them in Champions Leagues and that they've gone on to one. Are you serious?
He's never established himself as a first team player.
Yeah, I know that, but he's not meant to be a first team player. I've gone for Adrian.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've gone for Adrian because I watched it with you. Liverpool 2, Villa 7. And I think what I got from that game was Adrian, he's a bit of a flop. He's not been that backup that they've needed. He's not come in and made big saves because he was just out of position, didn't talk to the defence, and really it was a shambles. And that to concede 7 goals to Villa is a joke anyway.
Man City now, and this man cost 52 million quid from Monaco. You've got to agree, Benjamin Mendy.
I do agree, and it's a real sad decline. That's what he's had. He's now being replaced by a right back playing left back, so out of position.
I know.
That's how bad his performance has been this year.
Now, Mendy, the expectation was that he'd be a regular first team starter, but he's actually only had 39 Premier League games in the last 3 or 4 years.
He's had quite a few injuries, to be fair to him, but he has had some really good games, and I think he had one really good season as well. But like you said, now the game's moved on, the tactics have moved on, and João Cancelo plays that left back role much better. And Ben Mendy's turned into a little bit of a flop, which is a shame.
Manchester United now, and I've had to go for a 27-year-old attacking midfielder who's an experienced England international, was part of our World Cup squad that got to the semi-finals.
Yeah.
But what's happened since to Jesse Lingard?
Okay, you counted him as a flop. Was he really rated before?
Yeah, he was at one point. He's played an awful lot of games for Man United. And like I said, he's played tons of games for England.
Well, he was from the academy, so they never paid anything for him.
Yes.
One man they paid something for was Dan James. They paid him 17 million quid from Swansea. They expected him to be, you know, have a decent more potential than what's come out. And he's never really been that good. Ooh. I would say a little bit of a flop now. I thought you might say Anthony Martial or even Paul Pogba.
Some United fans said both of those, but Pogba had a really good start to his United career.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's just gone mediocre.
With Martial, he's having a bad patch this season, but we've seen him on top form, and we know he's not a flop, for a fact.
Absolutely. Towards the end of last season, he was superb.
Yeah.
Newcastle now, and I found this so difficult. I had to do so much research. I had to go to the library, and after a load of work and thinking and
Isn't the library closed?
pulling my hair up.
Isn't the library closed?
You know, a metaphorical library.
Okay, fine.
Joe Linton, I'm sorry, 40 million quid.
You've gone with the god.
He's got 2 Premier League goals
since
he
god.
arrived.
He's a legend.
He's a god of what, Theo?
Of missing. No, I've gone with Joe Linton as well. Yeah. 2 goals in 45 Premier League appearances, and they paid 40 million for him. We don't need to say much else.
We don't. And last year, everyone was saying, oh, the system's wrong. He's in the wrong position. No,
Yeah.
Callum Wilson's come in. He's scoring a goal a game.
He's outscored
better
him
than Joe
in the Prem already.
Sheffield United now, and this was a hard one until I saw the name Jack Rodwell.
Yeah, I've gone with him as well.
Yeah.
But there hasn't really been a standout flop in the Sheffield United team, so I would say it's a little bit tough.
Yeah, Southampton now, and I've gone with an England international who cost
really?
12 million quid from Norwich.
Who's that?
Nathan Redmond.
I wouldn't go with Nathan Redmond. He's been decent.
Well, you see, the expectation was much higher. I expected a lot more from him.
I disagree with that one, Dad. I can't actually agree with you one bit. He's been good under Hazenhüttl.
So why is he not getting a first team place?
Well, he is sometimes, but because Theo Walcott's come in, he's being rotated a little bit more. I've gone with Mario Lemina. Now, I actually struggled with Southampton. There wasn't really a standout flop. But when this guy was bought for 17, 18 million euros from Juve a few years ago, they expected much more than of him.
Tottenham Hotspur now, and this brings me great sadness what I'm about to say, because a couple of years ago, this player was rated at about 90 million. People were saying this could be the greatest player in the world.
Yeah.
Dele Alli.
It's a real shame, isn't it, the decline? I mean, it was at 21 in his prime of his career. He should have just stepped up to the next level and become world class.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
And he was amazing when he was a young man.
Yeah.
And now he just can't get on the pitch.
It's such a shame.
I hope he gets a move somewhere
Yeah.
where he'll be happy.
Yeah.
And if he's happy, maybe he can produce the football that he's capable of. West Bromwich Albion now, and the Welsh are just about to hate me, but he's only got 22 goals in 4 years. He's a striker, Hal Robson-Kanu.
Wow. He's not really had a chance.
You make your chance in football, Theo.
I know you love saying that.
If you're good enough, you get into the team and you score goals.
I'm going to say someone who had his chance to start the season and then he blown it. And that's Kieran Gibbs. Now, he was started off playing left wing back. Then he played against Everton, got a red card, said he wanted to fight Coleman on the pitch when he already was sent off, had a terrible game, and he's been on the bench ever since. He's not gone near the lineup. Connor Townsend is benching him now and actually playing better than what Kieran Gibbs was. What a decline from him playing under Wenger, regularly in the Arsenal setup, to being the bench at West Brom.
West Ham United now, and this man cost 45 million quid because he was brilliant in the Bundesliga. It is, of course, Sebastian Haller. You must agree.
No, I don't. The reason I didn't go with Haller is because he's been okay this season.
Right.
He's only had 2 starts and he scored in one of those games.
Yeah.
And in the EFL Cup, he's played 2 games, scored 3 goals. But the man I've gone with is Felipe Anderson. He's currently on loan at Porto and he's been basically booted out because he was never worth the 38 million euros they paid for him.
Yeah.
Last season, 25 games, 1 goal.
Finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I've gone for a Spanish international who used to be at Barcelona, Adama Traore. And the reason I've gone for him is he can't get a starting place regularly. He's got massive, massive talent, but you're a flop if you can't get in the starting 11. You obviously disagree, Theo.
You've let me down. You're letting the reputation of the YouTube channel down. The guy has been played out of position, not even had game time this season, and you've called him a flop. Adama Traore.
He's not in the starting 11, Theo.
Dad, stop.
And by the way, this view is backed up by a Wolves fan that I spoke to.
Oh, one fan. Yeah, that one fan, he must be a bloody Sky Sports pundit.
So who do you think?
I've gone for the lad that they splashed 40 million euros on, one of the weirdest transfers ever, on an 18-year-old lad called Fabio Silva.
Theo, it's not his fault if they overpaid for him, and he's not been given a chance. I think that's very harsh on an 18-year-old.
I'm talking about... he's not that good.
I'm talking about a 24-year-old, Theo.
Yeah, you're talking about Adama Traore, who's a good player who's not getting game time.
He's got great natural talent, but he's not good enough to start for Wolves.
That's bollocks. He is. Why did he get the call up for Spain?
Theo,
he must be bad.
You can't go with an 18-year-old in game week 8. You can't do that. That's not fair.
Right, that is it. We can carry on this argument in the comments. Let me know who you back when it comes to Arsenal, Wolves, Man United, all of the interesting ones. Let us know the biggest flop at your football club. Not even in the Premier League, whatever team you support, tell us your flop. Make sure you subscribe for more Premier League content just like this. Over lockdown, we're going nowhere. We'll bring a bit of banter to your screens. Thank you for joining us. How many likes did you want, Dad?
Oh, come on, 8,000. 8,000,
and drop us a little sub and notifications on for the boys and the girls, and we'll see you all tomorrow for our England video. We're going to be doing predictions for the England lineup, so yeah, see you there.